if you are at the age of 23, 24 and is pursuing MBA, so you are doing waste to your life. So this was a statement by Nikhil Kamath, co-founder of Zerodha. But recently the game has changed. He introduced a new program which is specifically for the co-founders. It is neither an MBA nor a accelerator program. It's basically a program named as the Foundery, which is launched by Nikhil Kamath along with Kishore Biani, who is Kishore Biani is founder of Future Group. So what this program is, in this program you have to register. So the last date of registration is made of January. You have to invest 5,000 rupees plus GST and you have to register. So you will register as an entrepreneur, and in return you can get a chance to get the funding of 5 lakh dollar, and along with the up to 25% equity stake in that particular company. So how this program is designed, so let's get started. So the program basically is a hybrid merit based selection program for the entrepreneurs to present their business ideas to Think9 Consumer Technologies and WT Fund. So the selected applicants may be chosen as co-founders and receive the investments in their business idea. What is the participation process? So participation process is basically there are four phases in which this program is designed. First phase is your online registration. Firstly, there is a website of the founder. As you can see on the screen, on this website, we guys need to register. So here, apply now. Here, by clicking on the apply now, we can register on this founder. We have to continue with the login, and then we have some terms and conditions. So what are those terms and conditions? If I'll continue with the Google, then I have these terms and conditions. So these terms and conditions we'll understand, and then we'll move to what, right. So if we'll continue with this, then here's the complete sign in. So it has already, I've already signed it in and I've accepted the terms and conditions. So here's the basic things I need to fill. So how this, so let's understand how, what all things we need to fill. These are the basic limits. This form will take 40 minutes, and some questions are multiple choice, and the application fees would be 5,000 rupees plus GST. And remember, this is the just the first step. We have these steps to follow, my friends. We have these much of steps to follow. Round one, it is a round one in which we'll file the application form. Round two is there in which we'll make the payment. Round three is AI conversation would be there. Round four, a task would be given to the founders. And round five, panel discussion would be there. Round six, selection bootcamp would be there, 5 day bootcamp. And finally, 3 months cohort program would be there. So these are the steps. So if we'll start my application, I'll click here, and then I have these things. Firstly, I have to provide the basic details, mail ID, mobile number, and these my basic details, LinkedIn, YouTube, any social media platform I'm into, and how many number of followers or I have. And then I what are the education qualifications, what are the work snapshots I have done till now, what is my skill, what is my edge, and what drives you in the life right now, what is the coolest thing I have ever done, six skills or strengths I bring on the table, most advanced way I use the AI, what the best describes you as an entrepreneur, how they can consider you as an entrepreneur. Then there is trial by five questions. What is the uncommon belief you hold about the life? What tell us about a project or idea you personally took from the concept to execution, and built a product. If you have built any particular product, heading any team, have you done anything extraordinary? All these things should be covered. Then what understanding do you have about the India and its consumerism, about its market and consumer habit, etc. And spark check that what's the toughest challenge you have faced, what's the influence, what has influenced your thinking the most, and see the stages of the foundery, all these things. Then what are your commitments in your life? So current work situation, what describes your current work situation best? Are you available for the in the room 5 day boot camp? And all these formalities are there. So all these forms you need to file. After that you will be eligible. After that you have to go to the next step of paying the fees of 5,000 rupees plus GST. So this is the first page. After this first page got completed, then second Q&A session would be there. In this detailed Q&A session, we will be asked many things. In this detailed Q&A session, as you can see here, uh, we will be asked the many questions. So this detailed Q&A session, then personal. These detailed Q&A session will be basically conducted by the AI. Basically, AI conversation would be there. Then you'll be assigned a task, and then finally the panel interview stage would be there. That panel stage interview stage could be online or it can be offline. Up to 75 applicants would be considered for this panel discussion, and amongst them 30 candidates would be selected for the boot camp and the cohort program. So what is the boot camp? So once up to 30 candidates are selected. Let's say how 1,000 filled the application. Out of the 1,000, and AI interview passed by AI interview, let's say passed by 100, and then among those 175 would be selected for the online or in-person rounds. Out of those 75, 30 would be selected for the cohort and bootcamp. So this bootcamp would be 5-day bootcamp program, and after that 3 months intensive immersive mentoring and networking segments would be there. And what is your investment, my friend? In this, your investment would be 5,000 rupees plus GST. This cohort would be free of cost for you, because the fees of this will be paid by the participating affiliates which are there, and other participants in like investors which are there. So this will be paid by them, not by you, right? So this is the only cost you need to bear, and fixed cost is 10 lakh rupees per selective for residency, and variable cost is 20,000 rupees per day. But you need not pay this once you got shortlisted or selected. And once you become a cohort among those 30 participants, you are not required to pay anything. Only you are required to pay is your traveling cost and your time, right? Then intellectual property, everything which is generated there would be the intellectual property of the Foundery and not yours. You are not allowed to record any video, post on any social media or comment, right? And the selection and everything is at the discretion of the participating affiliate. Participating, who are the participating affiliates, my friends? So let's say if on the other side, SL Ventures or some other companies is there, and they want to invest in your venture, so that particular investor would be considered as a participating affiliate at the first. And do you need to bring any idea? We'll go through all of these questions in detail. FAQ are there. You are not required to bring any idea, but you should be a good entrepreneur, and should be a good person, and they should like you. And then they have a lot of ideas. They will assign you the ideas, and you will have to work in that 90-day tenure into that idea. Then personal data privacy would be maintained. General terms are there. You can go through these terms, and the Foundery step by step, if you'll how you should register, registration, eligibility. So who all are eligible? If you should be 18 plus years of age, you should be of sound mind, and you should not be an employee of government body or government official, politically exposed person. You can be an employee of a private company, private entity, but not of government company, right? And your application form you should complete, and multiple, and if you want to submit multiple ideas, let's say you have a different ideas, then if you want to submit those ideas, then you can submit by filling up different forms. And but you have to change your mobile number and pay the fees every time, right? If you want to increase your chance of getting shortlisted. Then confirmation, and you will get a confirmation skills once you paid the amount. Detailed Q&A and shortlisting. What's this detailed Q&A in the phase 2? And application are reviewed by the organizers, which are two, uh, Think9 plus WT fund and affiliates which are there. Then Q&A round will be there, and they will shortlist applicants, undergo the detailed business ideas, personal interviews, and conduct the online or via phone, anything. And then in-person online evaluation round in phase 3 would be there for the 75 applicants, up to 75 applicants. Then physically भी हो सकते हैं और virtually भी हो सकते हैं, ठीक है? फिर उसके बाद travels and accommodations to be bared by the applicant at this stage. Then finally, the cohort round is there, in which boot camp of 5 days, and then the residency of 3 months. Every cost will be incurred by the fund, not by the applicant in this stage, right? So final selection would be there. So once you finally got selected and they like you and as a personality, then they will basically provide you funding up to $5 lakh, and they will provide you equity up to 25% in that company. You are getting the funding as well as equity, my friends, and this is subject to agreement and vesting. But you have to relocate to a particular location like Mumbai or any other, which the agreement says, and you should have your proper documentation, right? That's the when you are disqualified. If you are not at any point of time agreeing to the terms of that participating affiliate, you are basically disqualified. If you have kept anything confidential towards you, or you do not maintain the confidentiality, both things, in both the cases you will be disqualified. If you don't obey the decisions of the participating affiliate or the organizers, you will be disqualified. Then the evaluation criteria. What are the evaluation criteria, my friends? In the second or third stage, the evaluation criteria, there are some predefined evaluation criteria first in the AI stage. So these are the predefined, not disclosed publicly, and The panel's decision is final, not and binding and non-appealable, right? An application review would be there, business personal interviews would be there. So they'll check your business idea, clarity in the business model, execution plan, and your past history, past behavior, personal motivation, resilience, founder mindset, communication skills, everything they'll check. Then participation bootcamp would be there, then due diligence, your background verification would be done, and due diligence would be done by many companies. Then only your plan will be validated, and an investment would be done in your idea. Now let's get into some of the FAQs which are there. So if you can see on the screen that what those FAQs are there. So who thrives here means who can be chosen out of this for this. So first, if you are returnees means you are there outside India and get back to India for business. You are operators. Your next gen means your father is having good business background, and you want to start something new. You are repeat founders. You started something already but want to start something new. You are product thinkers. You are good at any particular products. You are creators. You have social media platforms, good reach, but want to start your own venture, right? So all these persons they are seeking. So in this initial, because this cohort is of 30, max 30 people only. So they are seeking for any extra X factor in an X factor, right? So this X factor can be any of these. Now what are the FAQs? These FAQs are very important. This will resolve all your questions. First, what is the Foundry? It is a launch pad by the WTF and Think9 that transform the aspiring entrepreneurs co-founded in fund launch ready business within the 3 months. So it will transform you into an entrepreneur in 3 months, my friends. It is where the ideas, mentorship, resources come together to build the next generation of consumer business. And application timeline, applications have already opened. It will close in mid-January. So you have to apply till that time. And how is it is different from B schools? It isn't a classroom, my friends. You will get a mentorship from the top leaders which are there. Your idea will be validated. You will be guided by the expert mentors, and you will be supported by full stake teams across functions. You will be supported by the IT, you will be supported by the finance, you will be supported by the fundraising, everything you will be supported with. Who can apply? Anyone with the entrepreneurial spark can apply. You should have the curiosity, resilience, bias for actions, big picture thinking, first principle problem solving, purpose driven mindset. You don't need to be private startup experience. You don't need to have private startup experience to start. So you can apply. Do I need to have a business idea to apply? No, you bring the co-founder mindset. You should have the founder mindset, co-founder mindset. Remember, my friends, in this, you will not become the founder, you will be the co-founder with the equity of up to 25%. Rest all equity will lie with them because they are only the investing persons. So you bring the co-founder mindset and skills, we bring the idea bank. So they have the idea bank, you bring the co-founder mindset and skills. If you already have an idea that is too good, please share during the application process. And however, the selection isn't based on the pitch deck. Selection isn't based on the pitch deck, it's based on your mindset and your skills. Can I apply? Can I apply if I have already have a small and early stage bootstrapped business? Yes. If it is at very early stage, you can definitely apply. Can I apply with a co-founder? If you want to apply with a co-founder, two persons wants to apply, then you have to apply independently. You can't apply together, my friends. What is the selection process? First, you have to fill the application form. AI interview would be there. Tasks would be given. You will submit the task. Human interview would be there. And after that, 30 participants would be selected. 5-day in-house in-person bootcamp would be there. And final selection would be there for cohort. How selective it is? Thousands apply. Around 30 would be considered as co-founders are selected each year. So this is a yearly program, my friends, to build that like equivalent to 20 businesses, right? When will I hear back after applying? Usually you will get a reply in 7 to 10 days, so you do not need to wait too much, my friends. Can I reapply if I'm not selected? Yes, you can reapply with another mail ID, another mobile number. Many successful founders, co-founders are second-time applicants. So this is a fast fact. And is there an age limit? You must be 18 years of age, but there is no upper band. You must have that KIDA to continue. What is the program structure? How long is the program? Program runs for 3 months from onboarding to the business launch. So in these 3 months, you'll not be only trained. You will basically launch the business idea, and in these 3 months itself, it is a fully residential program. Well, will the same be conducted? This will be conducted in the Foundery Sanctum in Alibag, right? So it will be conducted there, and you have to stay there And what happens during the program? It is you go from a zero to launch in 90 days to a fast structured process. How you go? Bootcamp would be there for 5 days, build core entrepreneur skills and understand the India's consumer landscape. Then build sprint would be the live on campus, work daily with the mentors in house teams to shape the product, brand, launch studio would be there, where you will refine, test, and prepare the business for the launch with the full support across the product, AI, finance, supply chain, and you will have the focus, intent, and design to get ready launch first, right? Where does the program take place? The program will take place in the Foundry Center and 3-acre residential campus in the Alibag, right? And what support does the Foundry provide? They will have the mentors, they will have the product teams, brand teams, AI stakes, creative support, investors, all these things would be there. You need to focus only on building. They will take care of rest. And do I need technical or coding skills? No, you don't need. They have all the skills. And if I do not bring the idea, I do not have the idea, then what? Will I be assigned the idea? Yes. In idea into co-founder matching is a mutual decision will be done basis fit during the boot camp. So you will be picked up for a particular idea during that boot camp. You will not be forced into that idea that you don't believe in. If you believe that I can do it, then you can do it. And what will the capital structure? You will be given up to 25% equity in the business which you are going to build. Exact splits are agreed openly during that program. How much capital does a business receive? Each business receives up to rupees 4 crore, means up to dollar 5 lakh, up to rupees 4 crore from the foundry. And for what? For the product development, for the launch, and for the early scale. And what will I have at the end of the program? You will have a co-founder. You will be a co-founder of a funded, launch-ready business built using the WTF and Think Tank consumer frameworks, Idea Bank, end-to-end support, right? And you will get the guidance after the end of this program. Also, what happens if the business struggles or fails later and you remain part of the founder system? If the idea loses its spirit, you work with the mentors to pivot, rebuild. You'll never be left unsupported, right, my friends? What is the application logistics? How do I apply? You have to hit on the supply button. Is there any cost to apply? Yes, it is 5,000 rupees plus GST. Do I need to pay for the program? No, founder invest in you as a co-founder. All the housing, program costs, resources are fully covered. You need not pay anything else. Does the co-founder receive a stipend? Typically, yes. My friends, for those 3 months, you'll get a stipend also to support the personal expenses during that residential phase. Do I need to relocate? Yes, the program is entirely residential. The founders live on the campus for all the 3 months. Do I need prior funding or investors? No, the foundry itself will provide the initial funding and connect you with the potential investors as a part of launch process, my friends. What happens after the program ends? You continue as a co-founder of your business supported by these two teams, right? Is the program only for Indians? No, founders will be there for your competition, my friends. What type of business will be built? So, in this first cohort, they will focus on consumer first businesses, which is wellness, beauty, fashion, food, lifestyle. Right? Wellness, fashion, food, lifestyle, and beauty. So, can I leave the program midway? Only within the first week. If you want to leave, you can leave. Else, you have to be full commitment, crucible, and each seat represents the significant investment by the team, right? So, will the co-founder help me raise the fund after the program? Yes, definitely it will. The co-founder experiences is possible. Do you to visit the home in the 90 days? Yes, it is possible. They have those specific days to visit. Can I do the existing startups and part-time roles here? No, it is not possible. You have to be full-time, be there. Is the founder inclusive of different backgrounds and needs? Absolutely. They actively build diverse cohorts across gender, age, biography, life experiences, right? And they follow all the rituals, they respect all the rituals. And applying, if you're applying for outside India, then visa and logistics supports. Visa is subject to government regulation. Foundry provides the invitation letters and support documentation to assist you to get the visa, right? What is the campus environment? Campus environment is a high performance sanctuary. You will have accommodations, meals, high speed internet, dedicated workspace, meeting rooms, recreation areas, everything you will have. Medical assistance would also be there, and in case of family emergency, you will be allowed to go, but subject to prior permissions and great reasons. If you have a child and can I participate remotely? No, it is a full residential program. Real value comes from physical presence, but they encourage you with a limited hybrid arrangement, which is viable in specific situations. So this is all about the Foundery. If you are still thinking that you should apply or not, then if you enrich all of these enrich any of these things, like who thrives here, if you enrich any of this, because this is the first time this is being introduced, so if you get a chance, definitely it will change your life. Thank you so much. Stay connected and subscribe to my channel and like the videos. Thank you so much. This is your friend CJ Tinagarwal.